Okay, I saw the movie Elvis starring Austin Butler, who is an amazing actor, by the way. You must go see this movie. Even if you didn't grow up listening to Elvis's music, if you are human, you will relate to this story somehow. Shout out to my sister Angie, who highlighted this and made me want to share. Now, there are a few scenes in the movie that show Elvis as a young boy growing up very poor in Tupelo, Mississippi. His father, Vernon, actually spent some time in jail, which forced Elvis as a young boy and his mother to be placed in very poor living conditions in a remote backwoods black community. Now, picture this. It's the deep South 1950s Mississippi, and segregation is a way of life. Black and white people didn't mix, but somehow the poverty of the times forced this community to accept Elvis and his mom. Now, what's really key here is this was a tragic part of Elvis's life. Here he is, a young boy, absent father, and poor living conditions. This is a recipe for failure, but here, this is where Elvis was exposed to the amazing black gospel and rhythm and blues culture of the time. However painful this experience was, it gave Elvis the musical exposure he needed to fuel his future. Now, this is such a great testimony of how God uses the pain of our past to build in our future. Now, this is just one aspect of Elvis's life, and his life took many twists and turns, but here, in the snapshot of his youth, we see how God used it to propel his musical career. There are times that the biblical scripture of Romans 8:28 can be hard to believe, but we can see it here clearly at work in Elvis's life. And the scripture is, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." What painful areas in your life did God use for your good? And what areas are you still waiting on God to use? Trust him. If you are still breathing, God's not done with your story. God bless you, and see you next time.